Yeah, I really love this tournament. Like you said, it's my third year working on it, and it was really devastating when it was cancelled last year due to COVID. So it is challenging this year, but the me and the rest of the team are really excited to be back here. The tournament's been happening since 2008, so it has a really rich, long-standing history, and we are looking forward to showcasing one of Singapore's biggest sporting events this year. So I really enjoy how each day is different. So it brings about new challenges and it definitely keeps me on my toes. I used to be able to travel internationally for different events. So I went to WGC HSBC Champions, which is in Shanghai. So it was really cool to experience all these different places. The tough part, I'd say, is the long hours. So when you work on an event, you do put in some really long hours and late nights. But when you do see the final product and the event in full swing, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, it is tough. Health and safety is the top priority this year, so we've had to be creative in the way we stage the event. We've had to really reinvent the spectator experience due to limited capacity. So we've had to come up with a really extensive and robust digital and social media program, so fans can still stay connected to the tournament through all of our channels. And the broadcast has also been extended to 5 hours instead of four, so they really do get a lot of action, even though they're not physically present. And many of our team who would normally fly down to Singapore for the event, they now have to work remotely. So it is a really challenging time, but our team is great and we will deliver an outstanding event regardless. Where do I even begin with this? So essentially, we're split in half. So even the clubhouse, we have these massive partitions to split us down the middle. So for me, I'll be in the inner bubble because the inner bubble is any international people flying in. So the LPGA, the players and the caddies. And then any local staff here in Singapore that have close contact with these people have to also enter the inner bubble. So the inner bubble is a really restricted pre-approved itinerary. So we can only go from the hotel to the golf course and back, nowhere else outside. We also have a really rigorous PCR and serology testing regime prior to and then during the entire week. So that's essentially the inner bubble in a nutshell. We're not allowed to go anywhere. Outer bubble, we cannot interact. So inner bubble and outer bubble have to stay separate. We have separate offices. Outer bubble stay in a different hotel. So they are mainly the people out doing the operations, and they don't really have a lot of contact with any international folks coming in. So that's the inner and outer bubble summed up as quickly as I can. Yeah, so we've worked really closely with the Singapore Tourism Board and the other relevant authorities within Singapore to make sure that we comply with all the safe management measures. And in Singapore, we call it phase three. So phase three protocols around events opening back up. So we've worked with them really closely about the entire flow of the event, how guests would come in, health and safety of participants, guests, and obviously the wider Singaporean community are the tournament's highest priority. So no one is allowed on the golf course just because the players will be out there and they're in the inner bubble, and anyone in hospitality, they're in the outer bubble, the hospitality bubble. So it is difficult, but we've made it work and we've worked closely with the Singapore Tourism Board, and we're quite confident in the way that we finalize all these protocols. Yeah, so we have a lot of outdoor branding here within Singapore, and I think the tournament coming back after a 1 year hiatus, people are really hungry for golf events to come back, and they're super excited. With the bubbles, we've split our media team, so we do have an inner bubble media center and an outer bubble media center. So this gives media a hybrid experience. They're still able to interview, but still have that one-on-one time. The LPGA also have a really robust online media hub that allows them to host different content, such as the press conferences. So it's available to everyone, even international media who would normally fly down and can't. Yeah. So HSBC and the event in general has given a spotlight to inspirational women in all facets of life. In terms of golf, we've extended sponsor invites to people who are in the early stages of their career. So, for example, we've had Minji Lee come as an invite in really early stages, and she's gone on to do really great things in her game. So that's awesome to watch. But we aren't just limited to golf. We've always shone a spotlight on inspirational women, and this year is no different. We do have an initiative this year called Swing It for the Game Changers, which you can read more about on our website. But we do shine a spotlight on 3 inspirational women who are paving a way through society. One off the top of my head, she makes edible cutlery. So after you finish eating your meal, you can actually eat the spoon that you've eaten your meal with. And it's really cool. You can learn more about it on our website and how HSBC are helping them. Yeah, we're really fortunate to work with some amazing partners. HSBC and LPGA have been with us from 2008, like I said, and have been great supporters of the event. HSBC recently announced their renewal of their key golf global sponsorships, so we're really grateful and excited to continue working with them for years to come. Sentosa Golf Club is obviously one of the best golf courses in the world, and we're really grateful to have them as a partner as well. The players love coming back here, and the course is always in championship condition. So we're really grateful to every single partner that we have. This is a really, really tough question. There's so many great girls. Like you said, Patty just won her first major as a rookie, and Lydia just won, so you can't really rule her out. I might be biased, but I'm going to say Danielle Kang, purely because she bought me bubble tea in 2019. So I feel like we have a good connection there. So I'm going to say my girl, Danielle Kang.